What's up? What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Happy Hour. It's the show where I bring on hot guests and we discuss the hottest topics in pop culture, television, film, you name it, we will talk about it. I have I'm already messing up. I am, of course, your host. It's really hot in here, guys. I am your host, Brandon Hanna, and I have an amazing, incredible, special guest. You know her and you love her from SEN Live, First Cut in the Meaning of Podcast. It's Sabrina Ramirez.
Hi, guys. Excited to be here. Excited to talk about some hot stuff. Yeah, it's hot in here.
It really is. That smoke, that's not an overlay. That's real, guys.
We're just, Alex and Rachel are actually just chain smoking in the background and just letting it off into here. Yeah.
Well, you know, the fog machine didn't get here on time, and you really do have to suffer for your art and sometimes for your roommate's art.
Yeah. Alex is not going to be able to sing for the next few days after this.
No, he's not, but he got all of his singing out of the way today. I think he's got another interesting song coming on the way. Maybe I can bring him on this show to talk about his hot topics that he would like to discuss. But today's not about him. Today's all about you, Sabrina. And we are discussing the top 5, of course, the top 5 hottest films of all time. This is an important list.
Yeah.
This is serious.
Yeah, and I know I have a good one. I'm confident with my list. Oh yeah,
you're confident because this is a tall order. Like people are, I don't know. People are thinking they're going to be offended by at least some of my picks.
Really? Well, that's the cool thing about hot stuff. You know, hot content. It's all subjective. Some people, I find some weird stuff hot, and I don't mean this in like a, I don't know. I'll get to the point when it happens, when I get into my list.
If I don't see Pete Davidson or Bill Hader in one of these films that you're about to mention, then I don't even know if I know you at all.
Yeah, no, we'll see. I'm not letting anything away. Not yet.
Not yet. And speaking of not yet, before we get into our list, everyone watching, if you could please like this video, subscribe to my channel. And if you really want to keep watching this show, maybe hit that notification bell. That would help out tremendously. And if you're in the live chat right now, I will try to see what you all have to say, but this is my first time hosting and producing at the same time, so I'm going to be doing a lot of this today, so bear with me. But let's jump right into it. Sabrina, number 5, what is your 5th hottest film of all time?
Okay, so my 5th is Uncut Gems. So it's a recent one, very, very recent.
Wow.
And this
I was not expecting that.
Hear me out, guys. Okay. It's that adrenaline. It's all of that stuff. It makes it so hot. And the relationship that Adam Sandler's character has with his mistress is smoking. I mean, there's no denying that. The chemistry is through the roof. Adam Sandler looks good. I literally was like, whoa, am I attracted to Adam Sandler right now?
Get out of here.
Oh, no. I'm not messing around. I am not. We've talked about, I've said this 1,000 times, I have really bad taste in men. Once somebody's like messy and dirty and doing something bad, I'm like, that's it. So that definitely plays a large part. So the relationship, the adrenaline, the entire atmosphere of the film, kind of going through all these motions. I love watching kind of like crime, like shady type of movies, and I'm always like, oh my god, like to be the person doing the crimes. Like Molly's Game is a good example of one. I'm like, oh, I want to be Molly. Could never do that in real life because I am definitely too afraid, and I play by the rules for like the most part. But yeah, I find that stuff very, very hot. And Fair Smooth Anna said, did she just say Adam Sandler is hot? In Uncut Gems. In Uncut Gems.
I don't know. I heard you think Adam Sandler's hot.
Not in like Grown Ups, but in Uncut Gems, yes.
What's wrong with him in Grown Ups?
It's not.
He's good at basketball. He's a great dad. He's got a lot of money.
No, well, okay. You know, now that you put it that way. No, definitely Uncut Gems. That's my type, is just like really dumb people doing stupid things and just like being completely reckless, because I feel like that's the opposite of myself. So yeah, Adam Sandler is hot. Can we get this started? Can we get this like Sabrina and Adam Sandler, but only Uncut Gems Adam Sandler? I think he's happily married, but whatever.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. Soccer's got a goalie doesn't mean you can't score.
Gosh.
It's that type of show, people. All right. Well, that is a really that's an interesting pick. I could see what you mean about everything he's got going on with the mistress and this this life that he lives.
Yeah.
I gotta know, when he's got the nosebleeds and he's just got like tissues shoved up his nose, did that do it for you?
Yep. Another thing, anytime somebody's like just completely like beaten up, like black eyes, like bloody nose, all that kind of stuff, I don't know what it is. I love it. That's it for me. Yeah.
Okay. Well, my number 5, and it's a film that I watched pretty recently, is Some Like It Hot from 1959 with Marilyn Monroe, Tony Curtis, and Jack Lemmon. Marilyn Monroe plays a hot lady named Sugar in this movie.
Yeah.
I don't think I need to say anything else.
That's a good one. I feel like I have to change my name to like something more seductive for this episode. Should have been like Sugar Ramirez or something random.
But you can't just copy the same name.
Okay, fine. I will try to think of something more creative as you talk.
Yeah, otherwise I'm Adam Sandler Hanna. Done.
Adam Sandler in Uncut Gems. Yeah. We have to be specific here. I'm not saying Adam Sandler in general.
Okay, no, that's fair enough. Even though, I mean, he's okay in Grown Ups. Just saying. But for me, also, I did a little extra research on this one. I have my little cheat sheet here full of notes. This film was produced without the approval of the Motion Picture Code because it plays with the ideas of homosexuality and features cross-dressing, which was pretty risque at the time. Yeah,
definitely controversial, but I'm a big fan of both of those things. So,
which is why, like, even just from a cultural significance standpoint, I'm pretty sure this film is in the Library of Congress. It's got to go on the list somewhere as one of the hottest films of all time.
See, you did such a good job already constructing your list. I can tell that you're going to outshine me right now because mine is just like, I'm like, ooh, hot. All right. Like, already beating me.
No, I mean, this is the definitive list. So, I mean, I hope your taste and hotness, I hope they pay off. So, Sabrina, what is your number 4?
My number 4 is Carol, starring Rooney Mara and Cate Blanchett. Okay. Great film. I believe it came out in 2015. If you guys haven't seen it, definitely check it out. It deals with a lot of the themes that you actually presented in real life. Homosexuality back in, like, I think it takes place in like the 1950s, and how that can be considered like mental illness, kind of. Like, it could be grounds to take your child away and like give the custody to the other parent. It's really interesting to kind of see that film, and it's sad, those elements, but it celebrates such a beautiful relationship between Rooney Mara and Cate Blanchett, and you're just rooting for them the entire time. And I have rewatched this movie so many times. And the thing I've talked about, kind of like slow burn LGBT romances a lot, because I enjoy them. Like some honorable mentions, Call Me by Your Name, Portrait of a Lady on Fire for a really recent one. But this one sticks out to me so much, just because of the extra themes it kind of deals with in the background, and kind of society and culture in that time, and looking down on a specific group of people. And the romance is absolutely beautiful, and it's done in such a tasteful way where it's really, really hot, but like simmered down a little bit, not just like exploitive or like anything like that. So I love Carol. It's one of my favorites of the last decade. I revisit it very often.
See, that was a very well thought out answer. I don't know what you're talking about, me outshining you.
Hey, this is on the spot. This is off the top of the noggin, baby. That's how I work.
I mean, it's working. And yeah, I think I would be inclined to agree these slow burn romances that are more like genuine, heartfelt, intimate, but without being too expletive. I think that really makes a hotter movie for me, in a sense, than a film that's just like, hey, look, oh, these two people are having sex on screen, but there's really no story, no chemistry even. It's just bleh.
It's almost more of like, it's like show don't tell, but it's the opposite. It's like what they're not showing builds up that tension. It kind of builds up that atmosphere of like, oh my God, I'm so sexually frustrated for these people right now. I'm like, just get it on. Anyways.
Yeah. That's a fair point. I see BCD in the chat. He said, how about Uncut Ramirez for your name?
Yep, that's me. That's me right now.
I think that's a good one.
I have some fake blood. I could bloody myself up really fast. Y'all into that? No, just me.
Okay,
Just,
like this.
just me. It's
This
fine.
show is getting kind of weird already.
Not for this one.
Next time.
Yeah.
For my number 4, I chose The Graduate. You might not be familiar.
Never seen it. I've
never seen The
it.
Graduate.
Nope,
I know you're familiar with.
To hear about it.
I know you're familiar with 1990s Dustin Hoffman, but this is a 1967 Dustin Hoffman.
Wow.
And do you know anything about this film, Sabrina?
I know. I think it's like a young girl and an older guy, which, yeah, love that too. Right?
To quote the Hot Wonka, strike that, reverse it. It's a young guy and an older woman.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's cool too. I'm here for that.
Yeah, Dustin Hoffman's the young guy. Anne Bancroft plays the older woman, Mrs. Robinson. And yes, they have an affair. And I think it's really is a timeless film for me, other than a few things that are kind of dated because it is 1967. Yeah. But I guess I mean, not that I've ever had an affair with an older woman like that.
You never have?
Not like in this movie, that's for sure.
We all have. What? No,
I know, I thought so too, but it, like, Dustin Hoffman's character is very awkward and like uncomfortable with the situation. He's a very relatable character. He's like, if you took any member of the audience and put them in that situation, how they would act. It's not too fantastical or, you know, like they keep it kind of grounded in that sense. So that's part of the film that I really appreciate. And it is it's an all-time classic. So
I promise that I will watch it. I'm actually writing it down on my list right now because you know, quarantine, we got more time. There's things that I should have definitely seen throughout my life that I just haven't yet. That's one of them, and I will definitely check it out on your recommendation.
Definitely check it out. Mm-hmm. And if you don't, well, I'll just never invite you back on this show ever again.
Sorry, guys.
Okay, Sabrina, before we go into our number 3, I think we both have drinks prepared because this is happy hour. Yeah. So maybe we should do a toast to the audience.
Yeah. Cheers, guys. Happy hour.
Let me get that in frame for you there. This is a gift from me and the machine right there.
So I love it. Yeah, I have a lemon drop martini.
I just have straight whiskey.
Doing it. That's how I want to be right now. Can only do with what I had in the house, which was just Stella and vodka.
And this is literally all I had in the house. So.
Well, you're doing better in life than I am. Okay.
Unless I wanted to mix it with almond milk, but that would be kind of weird.
That is so gross. Stop. No, the straight whiskey is classy. I like it. You're doing it classy. Actually, we both are doing it classy. Look at my little glass, your little glass. We got this, guys.
We're very classy people. This is a very classy show. Okay?
Yeah, I feel it. We're both wearing all black. I have my red lips. We have our classy drinks. Oh, love it.
We're fitting the color scheme, the aesthetic. It's very important. Note to future guests: there's a way to show up on screen.
We didn't even plan this.
If you're not looking hot, that's it. So, get off my show.
Yeah, I came on and you saw me at first, like 15 minutes before the show, and you were like, "Nope, sorry, that's not cutting it."
Yeah,
you gotta put on the red lipstick.
You put on the lipstick, change your whole outfit. This is not working. You guys don't even want to know what she was wearing. It was not up to code at all.
Sorry, guys.
Sabrina, what is your number 3?
My number 3 is Magic Mike XXL. Yes.
Okay.
I remember seeing this in theaters for the first time. I think I was still in high school. I think I was in my junior or senior year of high school. And ever since then, I was, I'm at a loss for words. Anyways, the second one is actually better than the first movie. So I would definitely recommend checking that one out. There's a scene in a convenience store, if you guys have seen it, set to I Want It That Way by the Backstreet Boys. And it is one of my favorite scenes of that year that it came out because it's genuinely great. And you think like Magic Mike, you don't think a quality movie. This one is a quality movie, I swear. And of course, I mean, it's about strippers. It has Channing Tatum. It has Joe Manganiello, one of those names. And Matthew Bomber, he's great. It stands the test of time. In years to come, people are going to be watching it. I know Channing Tatum was a real life stripper, so he has kind of experience doing this. It was like Hustlers is another good one. That's an honorable mention. That's in the same vein for sure. Hustlers, so good. But yeah, so I recommend Magic Mike XXL if you want to get that heat going.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised that you think it's better than the first one.
It's better than the first one. You've seen both?
I haven't, but based on what I know, I'm very knowledgeable about films, even the ones that I haven't seen, Sabrina.
Yeah.
I just that makes no sense. But is the second one hotter than the first one or better than the first one?
Both.
Okay.
Both. That convenience store scene alone, and I say honestly, Google it. Janine said it is better than the first one. Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks, guys.
This is literally the first time I'm hearing of this.
Yep. So. No, 100% just from the convenience store scene alone. But it is great.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess
check it out.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, you don't even have to watch the first one. Just skip right to the second one, guys. Come on.
That's the move. Okay. Well, my number 3 is a film that you are very familiar with. Portrait of a Lady on Fire.
Woo! Yes.
Yes. So I actually watched this film for the first time yesterday, and I feel like I had to put it on the list. It kind of goes back to what we talked about these slow burn romances that they keep themselves grounded in the way that they treat their characters. It's directed by a woman. It's about a lesbian romance, and it's done really tastefully, really well, and you believe it. And the moments where they're literally just on screen, like sitting next to each other in bed, and you can like feel the sexual tension in the air. You can feel just what these characters are going through, and I think it's done really well. I really enjoyed it. So that is my number 3.
Yeah, no, that's a great choice. Again, as I said, honorable mention with Carol, Call Me by Your Name. Those slow burn romances are something very special. It truly is amazing. First of all, having a lesbian female director, that's how you get this authenticity. Not saying everybody has to be in a specific situation to write and direct a film about a subject, but I think it definitely helps because you're doing this through the point of view of somebody who is in this situation already. So it definitely aids in this type of experience. Yeah, as you said, those scenes of them just hanging out together, like doing nothing, and there's no dialogue, and you can cut the sexual tension with a knife. It is so palpable. I feel it. I'm not there with them, but I'm there with them. So
yeah, definitely. Alex is lying in the chat. He's saying I put the AC on 72 degrees and it's freezing in here. That's clearly a lie because the smoke is real. I don't know if you could see my glasses are already starting to fog up because that's what happens.
Yeah. It's hot.
And BCD in the chat says, I would say The Nice Guys is a hot movie for me. Set during the summer in 1970s Los Angeles, Ryan Gosling's stash is perfect too. Nearly every scene I am laughing until I am red in the face. Would you consider The Nice Guys a hot movie, Sabrina?
Anything Ryan Gosling does, it's a hot movie. The Place Beyond the Pines is another hot movie. All the scenes he has with Eva Mendes, even when they're just like, but hot in like a sweet way, like an innocent way. Okay, there's different levels to hot, guys. There's like attractive hot. There's like you want that hot. There's like lustful hotness. There's all different hotness. Hot Man would know. He's an expert in all the hots. And so yeah, I would definitely hotness. All the hots. Fight Club is a hot movie. Yeah. I
would say so.
Fair said that. Okay. I see
Alex said he lied. It's on 69. See what you did there, Alex. See what you did there.
He did it for the show, baby.
Oh, any movie. Haskell 420 says, "Remember the Titans." Is Remember the Titans a hot movie, Sabrina?
I have never seen Remember the Titans. Well, I have. I just didn't pay attention to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Because that's the football one, right?
You would fit in perfectly in the movie Trivia Schmodown, never seeing Remember the Titans.
Are there a lot of...
Nobody ever seems to remember the Titans. It's terrible.
It's in the title. So we just don't want to do it because it's in the title and they're telling us. And, you know, it's hotter when people aren't telling you what to do. Then you want to do it. They're telling us to remember the Titans. We don't want to remember the Titans. That's it.
I hope you're all taking notes at home.
Yeah. Wisdom.
What is your number 2, Sabrina?
I'm cheating. My number 2 is Fleabag. What? Which is a series.
Come on.
No. Hear me out, guys. So I don't know if you've seen Fleabag, but it definitely it has, our protagonist is just a very fun, wild, vibrant woman. Like I truly love her. She's so strong, but at the same time she's vulnerable. And as we're going through the show, something that I have talked about a lot that we kind of lack, and something like Booksmart brought that to us last year a little bit, is just like authentic female protagonists. Like, hey, we have all these like super bads and all these things like that, but we never really get that with women. So that's why I had to cheat, guys. Hot Priest for the win. Yes, Ryan. 100%. Phoebe Waller-Bridge is fantastic. I honestly think she's like proof God is a woman. She is just something so special. And I cannot believe that I went so long without watching the show. Like everybody was recommending it to me. And I just I'm so bad with TV shows. I've said this 1,000 times, but I finally started like the first 2 episodes a few months ago, completely stopped watching it, even though 10 minutes into the first episode, I'm like, yes, this show is for me. And somehow didn't revisit it at all and just left it. And then yesterday I got the feeling, I was like, you know what? I am going to watch Fleabag start to finish this entire day. So I didn't go to sleep last night until like 2:30 in the morning because I watched Fleabag season 1 in the morning, season 2 at night. I got through the entire thing. I'm so proud of myself. But yeah, Phoebe Waller-Bridge's every single aspect of this show is flawless. And they handle so many like real life themes where it's like trauma, promiscuity, adultery, things like that. But then also like family issues. And they kind of tackle everything and they balance that line, like the tone so well of being so hilarious. And then at the same time, it could literally be like heartfelt and like funny and all of that mixed into one. And they have very realistic sex scenes, but which is so, because I don't know if everybody's seen Bridesmaids, but you know the sex scene between Kristen Wiig and is it John Hamm?
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, that doesn't feel right, but okay. So it is him. And it's like, okay, maybe that's not entirely realistic, but sometimes it's like that. Okay. and in this show, it's the same thing. It's not so romanticized, and that's what I find like hot about it. It's not this like romanticized version of like a hookup or anything like that. It shows it kind of how it really is, especially in Fleabag, even more so than something like Bridesmaids. I absolutely love this. Guys, binge watch Fleabag. Spend an entire day doing it. You will not regret it because I'm already gonna watch. I'm gonna rewatch it over and over. I'm awful with TV shows, and this one like just completely captivated me after the first 10 minutes. It's something special. Wow. I could talk about it for probably like 10 hours, and I just finished it last night.
I mean, it's kind of cheating.
Kind of cheating. If we think about it, there's 6 episodes per season. Each episode is under 30 minutes. It's like 25 minutes, give or take-ish. I mean, if we combine it all, it's like a 6-hour movie. Watch it.
I mean, you gave a very articulated response as to why you felt that way. You're very well spoken. So I guess for now, if the chat allows it, I'll let it slide.
They're definitely not allowing it at all.
After 420 says breaking the rules is so not hot. I don't know about that.
Breaking the rules is a little hot. As I said before, like if you're breaking the rules, that's pretty hot. So I needed to do my move, guys. I needed to break the rules a little bit.
The show just got a little hotter, I guess. I don't know. But I really don't understand how you can say there's no female Superbad with Alex Marzonia in the chat as much as he loves Booksmart. How can
That's what I said that. Said before. Yeah, I said besides we just got Booksmart last year. But
Okay.
yeah, so I
You
have a shout
snuck it
out to
in
Book
there.
Smart.
You
Yeah, I
snuck it
said
in
it. I said
there. Okay.
it definitely, yeah. Run the tape
No.
back. I said it, Alex, okay?
Okay. Okay. Well, my number two, I can't believe you put that number two also. That's crazy.
Yeah, my number one, Fleabag would almost be my number one, but my number one is my number one
Okay.
forever.
You watched it yesterday. A little recency bias, no?
Not at all. I will watch it 20,000 times. I would read like a screenplay book. Like if they had like the script in a book, I would just read it over and over again. Anyways, guys, Fleabag.
Yeah, Brandy Parker agrees breaking the rules is usually hot. I'll go with
Depends on what
usually.
it is.
Sometimes, maybe not. Don't break quarantine rules. Like if you go out in public, like wear your mask. Okay, don't be a
Yeah.
jerk.
Don't hang out with
Um,
people.
my number two is gonna take a interesting turn on this show.
What is
My
it?
number two is 1997's Volcano, because what is hotter than molten lava spewing out of the surface of the earth? Absolutely nothing.
Y'all are gonna be so mad at me.
You got
I've
Tommy Lee
never seen
Jones.
it.
You got Tommy Lee Jones and Don Cheadle fighting a volcano.
They like
Enough said. They're literally fighting a volcano. That's the movie.
well,
Amazing.
I'll add that. That sounds intriguing. That sounds like one I need to see. You know, guys, you did a lot better. I'm not gonna lie, your list is better than mine. You went out of the box. Yeah,
Well,
you got a bunch of years. I'm just like, ooh, what has made me hot this entire quarantine? All right, writing a list
I
down.
literally scribbled this down on a note card like 15 minutes before we went live. I wouldn't call that prep at all.
Well, better than me.
Jake Yakavetta says, "Did you have to say spewing?" Yes, I did.
Yeah, it's not really a good choice. I mean, this is a hot stream, and that's not really a hot word.
Did William Belford really just said Dante's Peak is hotter than Volcano? Are you kidding me? Dante's Peak is the White House down to Volcano's Olympus Has Fallen. How dare you, sir? How dare you? Jerry B would be ashamed of you.
It's a really good comparison.
It's the Deep Impact to Volcano's Armageddon. Come on. Which Armageddon, it might be a hot movie, by the way.
Armageddon's a hot movie.
Yeah.
Ben Affleck is a hot man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. We're on the same page. That's why we're doing this.
All right, Belford. Now you're just coming at me. Wait, you're hurting my feelings. So I think it's just time we move on to our number ones. What do you think, Sabrina?
Down. Here.
All right. Let it rip.
Okay, my number one is 2004's Closer with Natalie Portman, Jude Law, Julia Roberts, and Clive Owen. Have you seen that one?
I have not seen it.
Woo! This is the hottest movie of all time. I am so serious. It's on, I think it's on HBO now. Oh my God. So obviously 4 beautiful people, 4 very hot people. You mix in like relationships, adultery, love, heartbreak, all of that kind of stuff. Fair's asked what movie. It's Closer, not the song by the Chainsmokers. It was a movie first, so.
Which is also hot.
The song? Closer by the Chainsmokers? I gotta go, guys.
Smoking is hot. No, look, we got smoke everywhere. Do you see that on the screen? Come on.
Amazing. But yeah, the adultery, love, heartbreak, the like intermingling of different relationships, cheating and yelling and just like obviously like sex, like all that kind of stuff. This is one of my like main like, I don't know how to go about this. This is like the horniest movie on the list, actually. The other ones are hot, like Uncut Gems and things like that. But this is the one that's just straight up hot. It's definitely something different. It's an odd story, kind of. If you're not into it within the first like 30 minutes, then you're probably not going to like it. But I definitely recommend it. It is on HBO now. 4 beautiful people just hooking up with each other.
That's it.
And fighting.
That's your review on Letterboxd.
Yeah, I'm like, hey guys, check me out on Rotten Tomatoes. I am on Rotten Tomatoes.
She is. It's
I am.
she humble brags it all the time, really.
I mention it once a day. Let me do that.
That's fair. I'm not a tomato. So. And Belford asked if I thought that Tommy Lee Jones was hotter than Pierce Brosnan. You're damn right I do.
No.
Why do you think Captain America wanted to kiss him in Captain America so bad that he had to say the line, "Hell, I'm not kissing you," because he's hot? Come on,
You know,
this is ridiculous.
No, you know who's better than all of them? Daniel Day-Lewis. It's a good one. No?
In
Can't agree
Lincoln?
with me? Yeah, in literally anything. Phantom Thread. I mean, Daniel Day-Lewis at any time, I almost feel like he's so statuesque. He doesn't feel real. He doesn't feel like a mortal being. And it's kind of one of those, people are saying Black Swan. Yes. That was actually on my honorable mentions. I
thought about it.
I don't know if you wanted to go into some like ones we were thinking about.
If you'd like to, we've got some time. And then I could save you for my number one. We can
No,
have a little suspense brewing.
No, go to your number one.
Okay. Although I do see in the chat, Mr. Mom is mega hot. You think the movie Mr. Mom is mega hot?
I've never seen Mr. Mom.
No. Michael Keaton? Okay. No. Mega hot. That's a mega hot take. That's what that is, Kelsey.
Is it a hot movie?
I don't think it is. It's just Michael Keaton doing some housework apparently.
Well, that's a little hot actually to see a man
Really?
actually do something. Yeah.
Okay. I hope you're all still taking notes at home. So my number one is from 1995. It's Michael Mann's Heat. Because first of all, the movie's called Heat. Of course, it's the hottest movie of all time. Come on. It's like, just based on that alone, it's like one of the greatest crime dramas of all time. Crime and drama, both hot. And it stars Al Pacino and Robert De Niro, two icons of hotness. And Al Pacino plays a character named Lieutenant Vincent Hanna, the hottest name of all time.
Oh my God.
Therefore, making this the hottest film of all time.
I know we're not arguing this, but like, it's nowhere near as hot as Closer. It's a good out of the box subjective hot, as I said, but he is a great movie. It's pretty hot. It's lukewarm. No, I'm kidding.
It's pretty hot and stars a Hanna, so it's called Heat.
Yeah, you got it on all the technicalities, I guess.
The only thing hotter than this movie is this show that we're on right now.
Actually, I'm genuinely hot. Like it is. I don't got no AC, so at least you have yours on.
I told you don't listen to Alex. You know, like a liar.
No.
Oh, look at that. My brother, Anthony Hanna, in the chat. I agree with the hot man. I assume he's agreeing with Hanna being the hottest name of all time, which no personal bias there at all. He's 100% correct.
It's a good one.
Wow. Haskell 420, the only Hanna that's hot is Daryl Hanna of the Hanna-Barbera cartoons. And banned. Let me just ban you for a second here. All right, that's done.
Yeah, definitely miss movies. I hope she's being serious, but that her number one is Magic Mike XXL. Yes, that was on my list. That was my number 4, I believe. So
all right,
it's a great one.
It's on 2 list. Let us know in the chat what other hot movies that you guys think are some of the hottest of all time. And while I think Sabrina is excited to talk about some honorable mentions.
Yes. Do you have any?
Well, I was thinking about Black Swan.
Yeah, that's a great one.
But that's a weird movie too, you know.
But weird is hot. I love how we're just saying everything is hot and kind of, you know, dancing around all that. But for some other weird hot movies.
Dirty Dancing, Miss Movies in the chat. I was going to consider Dirty Dancing as well.
Yeah. Wild Things, yes, love Wild Things. A few weird hot ones for me, definitely Jennifer's Body with Megan Fox.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, that is a hot movie. I think that was like, I saw it when I was probably like 12, and I was like, whoa, all right. Like, of course, Megan Fox, Amanda Seyfried, a lot of really great actors at the time kind of in this movie. I feel like it came out in like 2009, maybe somewhere around that, but it is actually a really great movie. It's written by Diablo Cody. And of course, I feel like it's underrated. It is so underrated as like a actually great movie. I feel like because Megan Fox had this like stigma around her that she was just like a face and she was just hot, but she's actually a really cool person, really talented person, and just absolutely kills it in this role. So that's why Jennifer's Body was definitely on my list. Under the Skin with Scarlett Johansson, because Scarlett Johansson. I mean, nobody can argue that. What?
No, I'm not arguing. I'm just
Oh, okay.
That's my Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah, Jennifer's Body. That's one that I didn't think about. That is a film that people look back on, especially in the horror community. About that's one that people look back on and go, "Wow, that was actually like a really good horror film," and it was like smart and clever. And I forget who the director is. If someone in the chat can remind me who directed it, she's a very talented director as well. So yeah, Billy Belfort says Empire Records is hot.
Empire
Ooh.
Records is hot.
A little bit. It's a little bit.
It's definitely hot. It's the time. It's the time that's hot in it. You know?
The time?
It's the whole, it's like the world. Like when it takes place, where it takes place, the fashion, everything. That's what's hot to me. Because like I think like American Pie is hot, and American Pie is ridiculous. So my opinion is also doesn't really matter. Everything is subjective.
Yeah, I guess so. Even though this is the definitive hotness list.
Oh yeah.
So.
Oh yeah. And then another one. I don't know if you guys have seen The Dreamers.
I don't even think I've heard of that.
It's a really, really great one. It came out in 2003. It has like Eva Green, Michael Pitt, people like that. It's a really cool story. It's definitely interesting, and it's probably not for everybody. But it takes place in like the 60s in Paris. And it's kind of about how just like an American guy meets a brother-sister duo, and kind of all this steaminess that happens. That is the result of them meeting and them kind of getting into like relationships. It's a good one. There's a lot of Tumblr like screen grabs. That's how I found out about the movie. People on Tumblr would post like stuff because it's beautifully shot, beautifully written. It's a really great movie.
I'll have to check that one out for sure. Thank you, Miss Movies. Karen Kusama directed it. Jennifer's Body.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we have some Basic Instinct in here.
Of course. Yeah.
Of course. I saw I think Ryan Fernandez said Atomic Blonde. I could see that.
100%. All of those, that's again what I'm saying with like the Uncut Gems thing, where it's like assassins, like even Anna was a really great one. Not like the best movie, not the most groundbreaking, but definitely underrated. And it was that type of film. So that made it hot. John Wick, going into that vein, John Wick is hot. Yeah. Can people agree with me? Because you don't seem convinced.
I mean, like Keanu Reeves in a suit murdering a bunch of people, that could be considered hot, sure.
100%.
But then where do you stand on, have you ever seen The Equalizer with Denzel Washington?
No. Is he in a suit murdering people?
He's not in a suit. He's just kind of in like regular clothes.
Yeah.
He takes down bad guys.
100% hot.
He's pretty badass.
Yeah.
I think a hot take. I prefer the Equalizer films over the John Wick films.
All right, that's rude. I wish you would have told me before I did this, because then I would have not agreed to it.
Nope, you're already here. Can't leave.
I think John Wick. Yes. Miss Movies again. Y Tu Mama Tambien. That was on my list. Beautiful, hot, similar vein as The Dreamers. Definitely a similar type of film, like similar vibes. Definitely check it out if you guys haven't. I think it's on Netflix.
I think we had Pardis in here say, what does he say? Oh, I missed it here. Okay. One name Jessica Rabbit.
Jessica Rabbit's hot.
Is it enough to make all of Who Framed Roger Rabbit a hot film?
So I really liked the movie when I was a kid. So I can't really think of it as a hot movie because I was definitely like 5 years old watching Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Even though there's a lot of there's a lot of mature themes and stuff in the movie, which is really cool because obviously there's things that I didn't like really understand like at all when I was a kid. So watching it now is interesting, but still, she's hot. I wouldn't say the movie's hot necessarily. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we can get into a whole nother discussion of like hot characters or hot moments in films that we wouldn't consider hot.
Yeah, like I think like Raw is a little bit of a hot movie, and that she's like eating like livers and stuff. So again,
I don't know. I have people in here threatening to unsubscribe over my Equalizer John Wick take.
Honestly,
that's very unfortunate.
No, it's definitely deserved.
Wow.
Yeah, but don't unsubscribe. But like, definitely, you could give a crap for it for sure.
Although I like what Haskell 420 has to say in Equalizer, it's Denzel's stoicism and killing ability that makes him hot. I would agree. He's just an unstoppable force of good, just killing bad guys.
Although I haven't seen it, I can't imagine that it's anything different from a lot of those like gun fu movies. You know, they always kind of have that, like they carry themselves very well and then they're like killing people and all the choreography that goes into it. It's all hot. What? There was another one. I'll think about it.
Okay. Well, we have Jake Yacovetta in the chat saying Jessica Rabbit versus Lola Rabbit? Question mark.
Who's Lola Rabbit?
I believe she's Bugs Bunny's girlfriend from Space Jam.
Duh.
If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Definitely Jessica Rabbit, guys.
Yeah.
Jessica Rabbit.
I don't know. Do we have any furries in the chat that would like to disagree?
Also, if we're on the subject of like hot characters and things like that, something I hate myself for this every day, but Timothée Chalamet's character in Lady Bird, he's such a douchebag, and it's like so attractive. Like he's so pretentious and stuff like that. Like I hate it. He like, she doesn't have a cell phone, and he's like, oh, like good girl, and I'm like, woo.
Well, speaking of Timothée Chalamet, that's actually one of, I guess, my honorable mentions would be Call Me By Your Name.
Call Me By Your Name is something that's like, it's, again, as I said, such a special film. And Chalamet and Armie Hammer's, their chemistry is so electric. Again, we feel that. We feel that with that slow burn romance. Like, they never hook up until like the third act. And we're like, come on, just like get it over with. Yeah, so that is definitely Call Me By Your Name. The book too. I'm actually rereading it probably for like the 17th time. I've read it a lot. I started it yesterday when I went on a hike. But yeah, great one.
Yeah, I think that's a good one. Actually, even though, because like this is the hottest films of all time list, I actually enjoy Call Me By Your Name more than Portrait of a Lady on Fire, but I just felt in terms of a list of what's hotter, I had to put Portrait of a Lady on Fire on this list over Call Me By Your Name.
Yeah, I think they're both hot. It is there's, even though there's a lot of chemistry with Armie Hammer and Timothée Chalamet, something about Adele Hanel and Naomi Merlant. Sorry, they're like French names, and I'm like, I cannot pronounce those.
I wrote them down, but I can't pronounce.
Yeah, I just was like thinking in my head, I'm like spelling it out. I'm like, how do you pronounce it? But yeah, their chemistry is something else, and they are just so stunning on screen together. They're like perfectly compatible. They complement each other so well with like mannerisms and things like that. Even just like such small details with the way they kind of the shots are blocked and the way the actors are moving around. It builds that tension. It builds that atmosphere. So yeah, Portrait of a Lady on Fire, I will not deny that it is definitely a hot movie.
Yeah, even like I don't want to spoil too much for people who haven't seen it, but like even the way the movie ends, I feel like that tension is running high all the way up until the very last frame of the film, where with Call
Yeah.
Me by Your Name, things kind of in a like hot sense, in a romantic sense, things kind of like fizzle out at the end of
Yeah.
that movie more so. And of course, we have, that the portrait, I think, is currently your Twitter banner with the page open to number
Yeah. 38.
28, 30. I think
28.
it's 28. Yeah.
Oh, you watched it yesterday. Okay, you
There's
got
nothing
it.
hot about 38. 28 is a hot number.
28 is
Come
a
on.
hot number.
Yeah, you
Damn,
didn't know that?
we're ranking numbers now. I think
All right, what's your
17.
hottest number? Go.
17.
17.
Easily.
Wow, Keith
Yeah.
Hernandez. All right.
I don't know who that is. Is it sports? Is it
Yeah.
sports? Yeah. Don't even try that with me right now.
Yeah. I think it looks like the chat has gone completely off the rails. I started talking about hot cakes, which then turned into pancake talk.
Yeah. I
Billy
could.
Belford says
Yeah.
number 42 is the hottest number.
42 is a good one. Liam Gilpin said 17 is the right answer. Thank you.
Wow. Okay, then. This movie says number 11 is the hottest number.
I like it. I like number 11. Even like 9. 9 is a hot number, just based off its shape.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I got to think about it now. Like,
Yeah. 8, 2.
I'm going to stick with 28.
17 is still my number 1. But I don't know if you guys, this is my worst pick for sure. This is the worst movie I'm going to talk about, and none of you have probably ever seen it. After.
Nope. What is that?
Yeah. After.
No
So, gosh, long story short, I basically really loved One Direction, the band, when I was a kid, the British boy band. And I read a lot of fan fiction at the time. And there was a girl's fan fiction that was literally made into a novel and adapted into a film. And it's like a real like theatrical release film. And it's based off a Harry Styles fan fiction. And it is not good. It's not good at all, but it brings back the memories to me, because this was like a phenomenon within all the fans of like One Direction. She would post, I think, like a chapter a week or something like that, and we'd be waiting to read it. And it's just crazy. It is also like a really cool backstory, even with how bad it is. Kind of starting from like posting fan fiction and then going to getting published, and then your novels turn into a movie. Like that's so crazy.
That is really crazy. I guess I think some people in the chat are going to hate me for this, but this is a perfect segue to go off on this tangent a little bit. 50 Shades of Grey, that was originally Twilight fan fiction.
Yeah.
Which I know you're a huge Twilight fan.
Huge.
So in terms of hotness, what do you think? Twilight, 50 Shades, all of it?
I don't buy into the 50 Shades of Grey thing, especially the actual movie itself. The story could be cool, but the movie itself, I feel like I like Dakota Johnson a lot. I think she's good, but Jamie Dorner, I just feel like he wasn't a great choice. They don't really have a lot of chemistry. I don't feel it. I just don't see it when I'm watching them. I think it's the second movie, has one line that is so bad that I've never walked out of a movie before. But after that one line, I got up and I just walked out, and I just went to go buy a ticket for another movie. It was that bad. You
don't want to say the line.
It's a little inappropriate, but it's just awful. Like, am I allowed to swear on here?
I mean, you could, you're allowed one. I'll allow you one.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
It's kind of inappropriate.
I don't know. Just, I mean, you could like bleep it out if you
Bleep
want.
it out.
You could like censor yourself.
Perfect.
Maybe.
Perfect. I'll be like, beep. There's like a whole plot of like he had like an older woman or whatever, and he turns to the older woman and he goes like, "You taught me how to beep," and then and he's like, "But she taught me how to love." And it's just, that was the least hot thing I've ever heard in my life. Nothing else, not one thing in the entire world is less hot than that. But if we're comparing 50 Shades to Twilight, oh my God, Twilight is hot. And I know I think everybody can agree with me on that. Like, it's
I'm hearing a lot. Twilight is not hot in the chat, is what I'm reading here.
Guys, it's
So
not.
defend your movie. Now's the time.
All right, guys. Now that I have the platform, let's see. Twilight, maybe the first film, Robert Pattinson and Kristen Stewart weren't great. It was extremely low budget. It didn't really look that great. Kind of garbage. But as we go on, it just gets better and better. You know, I mean, it made so much money and it became a cultural phenomenon. I feel like that's why it kind of became cool to like dislike it. And I think the thing is, I get why people wouldn't be into it. You know, it is kind of catered towards like younger women or like younger men, kind of like that adolescent teen sexual frustration angst type of thing mixed with a cool concept. I mean, there's vampires and werewolves and things like that. How could you, I mean, if we're all fans of stuff like Lord of the Rings, things like that. You guys aren't buying into Twilight? All right.
Lord of the Rings? What? No. Not a nerd.
And that's the thing. And as the films go on, they actually get better. And Twilight is a pretty decently made novel. It's pretty good. And I think the way people still talk about it and the way it held up after all these years, I think the last one came out, I don't even know. It had to be like 2013, 12, 14, something like that. So it's been a while and people still talk about Twilight. She's still coming out with a novel. I remember when people talked about that, like the prequel novel from Edward's perspective, and we were all looking forward to it for so long. And she finally is releasing it now. This is like over a decade in the making. Like she had been talking about it for so long. And I mean, Robert Pattinson, Kristen Stewart, they date in real life. They have chemistry. Taylor Lautner was really cute at the time. Like he was that like hunky werewolf type of guy. I don't know what he's doing right now, so I can't really comment on whether that held up. But Kristen Stewart and Robert Pattinson, still hot icons. Both of them are so hot. You guys cannot deny.
I know we have Abby Friel in the chat agreeing with you 1,000%.
Yep.
She said that Taylor Lautner's abs changed cinema forever.
Truly. I remember I was Team Edward because I wanted Jacob for myself. Like I was like, wow. I love Jacob, so she could be with Edward. But Edward's also a great character. Robert Pattinson is a great actor. I remember the first time I saw him in Goblet of Fire. I was like, that boy's beautiful. And now that's our Batman, guys. He went from Edward to Batman. Be mad about it.
Well, Cedric to Edward.
Well, that too, but Edward was the role. This is the role that cemented him. With him and Kristen Stewart, I could rant about this. Sorry, guys. Give me 1 minute. But him and Kristen Stewart are both very talented actors who have proved themselves after Twilight that they are great. In things like Personal Shopper for Kristen Stewart. Smaller movies like that. And Robert Pattinson, obviously with things like Good Time, like it really, like the list can go on, and they have proven themselves, and he is our Batman, guys. And I know for a fact, I was about to say that he's going to be the best, but I can't say that. I was really trying to like hone in on there. Maybe he's not the best. We've had a bunch of great Batmans. So I think he's going to be great.
Who is the best Batman, Sabrina?
I cannot turn the chat against me like that.
Oh no, what are you going to say?
I don't know. It's a really tough discussion in terms of hot.
Oh, who's the hottest Batman? Let's do this. This is a perfect way to end the show here. We got about 6 minutes left here.
Yeah.
Who is the hottest Batman?
I am confident in my choice that the hottest Batman is Ben Affleck.
Even in like Justice League, where he like kind of looks like a little pasty and like he's been up for like 48 hours, So oh wait, that's your type. I forgot.
You just listed it right there. That's it. Pasty, no sleep, looks a little rugged. He's graying. Silver Fox, yes. I am beyond here for Ben Affleck. He is such a large man. Guys, the chat is already against me. I'm not saying he's the best Batman. I'm saying
some of them are in agreement. Although Billy Belfort says Val Kilmer is the hottest.
Val Kilmer, the thing is, come on, all our Batmans are gonna be hot. Can you believe? And I saw the tweet the other day that Nicolas Cage, that like Superman movie, God, I'm so happy that didn't happen. Nicolas Cage is not
Wow.
Superman.
I would have loved to see that movie.
I would have loved to see it, but it's not.
So
Henry Cavill is like,
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, Henry Cavill's the hottest Superman. I'll say that
Yeah.
definitively.
We can all, I think everybody can agree on that.
I think we're all in agreement on that. Wow.
Who-
Janine Bryce says Michael Keaton is the best and the hottest Batman.
She also said bearded Bruce at the start of Justice League could get it. And yeah.
Does he have a beard at the beginning of that movie?
Yeah. Whoa, guys, remember that?
Oh, yeah. Oh, my
Yeah.
God, he does.
Somebody write this down.
I got it within 15 seconds. Relax.
Yeah, yeah.
Jeez.
But that is literally Dream Man. Who's your hottest Batman?
Well, Michael Keaton's certainly my favorite Batman. Now, I could say he's the hottest based on his performance in Batman Returns, but I'm really trying to decipher in my mind, like, is that because of his performance or is that because he's got such great chemistry on screen with Michelle Pfeiffer, who's smoking hot in that movie?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Ben Affleck, Christian Bale. No, I can't do George Clooney. That would be a sin. No.
It's the moment of truth.
You know, I'm gonna say Keaton because like we do see that side of him in the film where he can be like we see him as Bruce Wayne and being very charming and like, you know, he's like at this giant mansion with the fireplace all lit up and it's Christmas time and they're like doing the Christmas tree and he's like, yeah, he could seduce me.
No, I agree for sure. But then again, that's not my type. My type is grizzled, been through some stuff, grade Batman. That is my type 100%. So all hot Batmans, I mean.
Kelsey Kirkland says I made the correct choice. Kevin Conroy. I mean, it's just his voice, though. He's got a hot voice. I'll give him that. I don't know if I could say he's the hottest Batman.
Yeah, that's kind of cheating. But again, breaking the rules is hot.
Everyone's saying this is like, come on, guys. I got the answer within 15 seconds. Relax. Come on. I'm not even going to say some of the stuff you're saying there because it just hurts my feelings. The hurting feelings is not hot at all.
You know what? I think it's a little hot.
What?
Yeah. If somebody's kind of like a douchebag, yeah, for sure.
Unbelievable. You've turned her against me. Well, I think that just about wraps this show up, this discussion up of the hottest movies and the hottest Batmans of all time. So, Sabrina, if people want to tweet at you politely and respectfully about hot films, where can they find you online?
Twitter and Instagram at Sabrina X Monica. And then, of course, on the First Cut YouTube channel with RB3 and Andres, we do the Meaning of podcast. And then I also do castings and cocktails with Ben Goddard on his channel.
Definitely check all of that out. And you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at BrandonHanna07. Please like this video if you can. Subscribe to this channel. If you like this weird show and want to see more with weird people, hot people, but kind of weird. We've acknowledged, we've accepted weird is like a little hot. It's a little hot. So
I love weird.
Next week, we're planning on having Janine the Machine on this show. And we do kind of have a topic in mind, but I'm going to wait to iron that out a little bit. But it's going to be hot. You better believe that. So thank you for tuning in to this episode of Happy Hour, and we will see you next week. Peace. I don't know how to do this. End broadcast.